She's a lady from Goa. She's a lady from Goa. She's a lady from Goa. She's a lady I love. She's a lady from Goa. She's a lady from Goa. She's a lady from Goa.
Come on. Yeah. Come on. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I will not do what you tell me. Motherfucker! Hi. Welcome back. This is Chicken Philosophy. Carl Jung's Black Books, Part 98, in which we will pick up right where Edward left off in Part 97, right? Yeah, cool. Sweet. So that covers the incense and the beverage, and we've got these cards. So let's just keep things moving, and I'll read the brief definitions of the cards and rune, and then we can move into the reading. Up here we have Jira, or harvest, meaning year, harvest, a fruitful part of the year. The Eight of Wands on my dad's Rider-Waite, that's turned up before. Having sped through open country, these 8 wands are about to come to rest, their energy spent. Divinatory meeting, great haste, great hope, too rapid advancement. That which is on the move, hasty communication. Messages, letters of love, approach to a goal, journey by air. 8 of Swords. Got a lot of 8s today. The 8 of Swords is hoed in the scale of Yetzirah. It is mercurial splendor in the formative astral world. Here the intellectual powers of Hod are weakened and distracted by the astral realm. That sounds like Carl. Focus and persistence are lost because of confusion. 3 of Swords over on the Celtic tarot. The 2 crossed swords are surmounted by a 3rd sword and has split a previous alliance. The circle of interlacing shows a complicated situation which has arisen from an intruder or a third party. The intruding sword is pointed towards the heart of the querent. When drawn, it signifies tears and sorrow. The dominant sword relates to a dominant character who has suddenly appeared in the life of the querent. Promises made have not been kept, and deceitful words are the active ingredient in this card. A separation from partner has occurred or is imminent. There is a disruptive force operating which is difficult to deal with. Jealousy or mischief-making is evident. The neighboring cards will clarify the situation. Well, I've been waiting for years for Carl and his soul to merge and become the mana persona, but I'm starting to doubt that that's even going to happen because we've been reading so long. No, I mean, he wrote a lot in, 1914 through 1918 so far, and then I think he just skips a lot. And then maybe in 1931 he'll be like, oh yeah, the whole thing with my soul, let me tell you what happened there. All right, so we've got the medicine wheel on the White Eagle medicine cards. Okay, seeing, understand, yeah, medicine wheel, that's why I got confused. The White Eagle medicine wheel cards, and it's the medicine wheel card. All right. Seeing, understanding, energy. Wheel of change. Balancing the mind and spirit. Integrated being. The Creator calls, your heart can hear it. The Creator calls, your heart can hear it. There we go. The Hat of Disguise seems like it might be a useful thing for Carl. While wearing this hat, you can use an action to cast the Disguise Self spell from it at will. The spell ends if the hat is removed. I know how it goes with hats and removing them and things like that. This one I wasn't sure what to do, so I just kind of like did that. It's got more written on it than what I'm used to. It's an Elder Brain. The Elder Brain can take 3 legendary actions, choosing from the options below. Tentacle. He can make a tentacle attack. Break concentration. The Elder Brain targets a creature within 120 feet of it, with which it has a psychic link. The Elder breaks the creature's concentration.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Thank you, Samuel. Psychic Pulse. The Elder Brain targets a creature within 120 feet of it, with 120 enemies of the Elder Brain with 100 creatures. Psychic damage. And Sever Psychic Link. The Elder Brain targets a creature within 120 feet of it, with which it has a psychic link. The Elder Brain ends the link. That last one wasn't as exciting as all the previous ones. It also has Mind Blast, Psychic Link. I already went over that. Sense Thoughts. Ooh, it can sense thoughts. Tentacle Bludgeoning Damage. All right, good luck, Carl. Seems like you've got a lot of your work cut out for you this time around. So, editor Edward later is gonna revisit these cards on Rune and see if what we're about to read matches up, or see how well it matches up with what we are about to read. So this is a reading for what Carl Jung got up to during the time period that we're reading about. So, hope that all makes sense. If not, I don't care. By the way, if you want, you can check out the Carl Jung playlist. You can start with part 1. You can start with part 50. It makes very little difference to me. Hope everybody's doing well. We're back on the ball. We're in the second quinary. So here's all 15. Here's the second quinary. So the yellow and black is the beginning of the second quinary, the second group of 5, the middle group of 5, and the 15. All right, anyway. Okay, let's see what he gets up to today. April 3rd, 1918. Music. My soul. My soul. Did you come toward me this night with a threatening air? What did you want, soul? You have not let me speak to you very long. Wait, when was the last time? So today's April 3rd. Last time was April 15th? Oh, no, not April. Oh, okay. VI is different from IV. So it's June. So it's been like almost a month and a half. It's been about a month and a half. A little more than a month and a half. So his soul is getting testy. Anyway, not to say he keeps his soul in his testy. Soul, you have not let me speak to you very long. I must speak to you about Ka. As you noticed, do you understand him? The beneficial limiter? He who gives you love for the holy ground, for the spot of earth which is beautiful to you and where it pleases you to live. He adorns this spot with care and love. He cultivates the land so that it greens and brings fruit. He limits you to this earth, cross out earth, spot of earth, to these people who are dear to you. Should we, just a little. He gives you the sensation of being in this particular form. He excludes all other possibilities. Therefore, he appears dangerous and murderous. He is rooted in the earth and binds men to their earth. So I saw. You tell me, what snags my breath? What impedes me? Soul, Philemon is frightened. He senses the danger of the earth. He fears the beautiful serpent poison of the earth. His foot was once lamed by a poisonous bite, but wings grew. He knows the power of poison, so he develops the power to fly. He sees the serpent among the roses, and therefore wants to be a butterfly. A mariposa, you might say. Sorry. However, do not let yourself be too enchanted by him, since you are a man, a brother of the earth-dwelling animals. How beautiful and familiar is the fortune of the earth, the people you know and love, who know and love you, the trees that lovingly shade this spot of earth, the dewy flowers which greet the sun, the birds that fill the fluttering air of the dawn, shimmering leaves and flowers, the glittering surface of the water, the wind that clouds over the mountains. That is the fortune of the earth. This is also Philemon, the one who loves. The diamonds reconcile. I know it's like diamonds or something, but anyway, the diamonds reconcile themselves in man, who found himself. Who, born, cross out born, who is the source of the four streams? There's a footnote, I don't care. Yeah, Genesis and the river one. I figured it was the four rivers. Pishon, Gihon, Tigris, and Euphrates, or Frat. The ancient name. Portals know. Portals know what's up. Philosopher like, what, should I know what that is? Yes, it was toward the end of your initiation. I know you were like spaced out by then, but you gotta reread it. You gotta go to other people's advancements, technically. Anyway, and the spring-bearing earth, water flows from his peak toward the four winds. He is the He is the sea. It's the soul still talking. He is the sea that gave birth to the sun. He is the mountain that carries the sun. He is the father of the four great streams. He is the cross that binds the four great diamonds. He is the incorruptible seed of the nothing that accidentally fell through space. What is this, never-ending story?
What is the nothing?
This seed is the beginning, younger than all beginnings, older than every end. Oh, it's a paradox. I praise the greatness and smallness of man. His suffering fills the earth. His fate is in the smallest and most secret things. What leads you to joy? Joy is, cross out joy is, the sacrifice of what does not belong to you, but joy is your own self. All right? 1 month later, July 3rd, 1918. Oh, you speak of mystery in the summer morning. Men and gods greet when you rise. I speak. Is it you who speaks? I? Is the I born? Can't wait. All right. July 10th, 1918. My soul, what is happening? What sets me at odds with myself? What tears asunder? Soul, poisoning by the earth spirits. What do you mean by this? Soul, the black one has an earth spirit with her. Remember, Toni Wolff is the black one. a spirit of the dead who would like to live. She sucks force from you. He would like to come to life.
I wanna blow you away.
Thank you, Poe. It's a similar little trick we both did. I'll keep reading. She can't help it. She can do nothing about it. Only you can. It is to be stood up to. You have still not tried everything. You have still not done everything. All right. So he calls her up, or writes her a letter. So my soul told me you've been sending an earth spirit to tear me asunder. Carl is the model of sanity in this crazy world. What more can I do? Soul, you can love still more. I don't know how. Soul, through the act. Through which act? Again. Is it not a mirage? Does the black one have a spirit in her? Or is not rather something in me? Soul, spirits are always between two people. They live from the relation of two people. Spirits are also dead without relation, not only people, but spirits must be removed from a relation so that they can die. But how? That is the question. Soul, I know, but the how is not easy. It turns around and around.
You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round.
Thank you, Dead or Alive. Youthquake. Why do I know that? Mind your own business. It turns around and seeks an opening and doesn't find it. The spirit is this how. The spirits of the dead live from this how. Where there is a how, the unredeemed spirits gather. They suck it in. They live from it. Where the question how is, there they find nourishment. As long as men do not know the how, the spirits devour it. So help me find this how. Soul, first and foremost, you should see that you are behind. Why did you give me the two kinds of properties? Why did you not separate the opposites? Why did you leave me mixed? He separated you and then you just snapped back together and he pretended he didn't notice. We all remember that, right? Anyway. This creates the trouble of the standstill. The opposites called each other out. My other half, which is on the side of the earth, is another soul than I. She is between things and you. I am between the eternal images and you. I am mind. She is feeling. I am light. She is dark. The black one is her symbol. You have still not released Salome from her. Okay, so the serpentine nature, so the soul is a mother and a serpent. And so soul identifying with her mother aspect is talking about her serpent aspect in the third person and saying you have not released Salome from her. Where earlier he was like, oh, you are my soul to Salome. So it's the sort of spirited away dream thing. Is the old lady the villain, or is she the nice auntie, or is the little head a baby, or is the giant rat a dragon river? Yes, all of the above. The black one is her symbol. You have still not released Salome from her, from Toni Wolff? Oh, so he's picturing, I'm assuming, the bad Salome. There were two Salomes in Jesus' times. There was the disciple Salome, and then there was the naughty Salome. I've been assuming. I think he made reference to the Baptist head and stuff, so I'm pretty sure the Salome that he's been having a love affair with in the underworld is that Salome, who he has not released from Toni Wolff. I'm confused, but it's okay. I don't think we're meant to not be confused. She is the spirit of the earth that dances poisonous snakes. She is dark. I am mind. She is feeling. I am light. She is dark. The black one is her symbol. So Toni Wolff is the symbol of the dark side, the serpent side of Carl Jung's soul? Maybe. I don't know. It sounds like love poetry or whatever. That bewitches. Okay. She is the spirit of the earth that dances poisonous snakes, that bewitches and intoxicates, that drinks blood and causes magical sickness. If she were released from the symbol, she would give form, substance, and actual life to the eternal images. But she intoxicates herself in the blood of the Holy One. Why? Oh, is she Babylon now? The Lady of Babylon who drinks the blood of... Remember Book of Revelation? Why? She has not been released from the human symbol. Why do you love the black one? Because she is the dancer? There is a scratching on the door. What? Cross out what? I. Who was that? I. Cross out the second I. Soul. Spirits of the dead accompany her. Spirits of the earth. Buried ones. Not the spirits of the eternal images. They bear claws.
A bear claw.
Like dogs and cats, but have feet like black night birds. Yes, just like that, Editor Edward. Carrion birds. Since the dancer rends, she has claws and sharp teeth. Behind her lie bloody torn ones. Blood pools and spirits of the dead gorge themselves on this. She makes one drunk, and she is drunk from the blood of the Holy One. She pours poison into the entrails. She is a fire of voluptuousness and torment of voluptuousness. All right. She is beautiful like hell. She gives pleasure and the craving for poison. She makes men drink poison and eat poison. She is hellish temptation. She is the compulsion of suffering. I am eternal contemplation. Oh, she's still talking about the other side of her soul or whatever. Okay. That is somehow related to Toni Wolff and Salome. I carry up into eternity. She drags down into the mystery of matter, into the beauty of the earth, into the death of everything earthly. I am the daughter of the eternal mother. Barbello? That's Barbarella. Never mind. She is the daughter of the eternal Father. She is the earth. I am the vessel of heaven. She is the womb of the earth. Actual forms grow from her. But the eternal images grow from me. Yet how can I release her? Soul, how did you release me? Only through differentiating me from reality. How will you release her? Only through differentiating her from reality. If you experience torment, then call her and ask her, as you call and ask me, what did I give you? I gave you the eternal images. She will also give to you if you differentiate her from reality and ask her and force her to speech and answer as you forced me. Careful there. I tormented you with impotent rage. She torments you with impotent pleasure. And helpless longing. Call her and listen to what she says. I'll do it, and on the spot, since the torment is too great. Salome, heinous dancer, you tiger with the bloody claws, come, listen and speak. What do you want? Salome, what do you want? You know what I want. Yes, we do. I know it, but I no longer want it. Salome, so you want no more? Do you believe this? You want sensuality and its torment? You wanted the longing, the consuming fire. I think she's saying, yeah, you want this. You want sensuality and its torment. You wanted the longing, the consuming fire. I give you what you want. You deceive yourself. The not wanting awakens. It is still small and weak, but it will grow. There should be a hero who strikes you. Salome, a fool? A prophet? An ascetic? No, certainly not, but one who does not let himself be smothered under wet kisses. A man who wants to live and refuses to be consumed by longing. Rage has not killed me, no less should longing succeed in this. Salome, you already regret it. You want to miss the beauty of the earth? I will not be your slave. What is the fortune of the earth when it burns like hellish fire, when it makes sick like poison? The struggle against you is accepted. I will not rest until you have handed over your power to men. Man must live. You should obey. I do not want to do without the beauty of the earth. The fragrance of the fields should not invade me, but the serpent poison should be slain, so that man can wander among the flowers. Salome, you have great plans. So get down to the work of heroes. You are laughable. Listen, Salome, your magic will be broken. I will snatch the mystery of your magic. You teach me your mystery. Salome, nevermore. I have no mystery. My mystery is your weakness, and that is no mystery. And then there's a line. Usually that indicates something, but we'll see. You're confusing me. Weakness is a strength. Weaknesses are the strongest powers of human life. I will wrestle from you the mystery of weakness. My weakness, since I want man to become strong so that he can live on the earth without succumbing to the earth spirits. Salome, I will take care not to give up the mystery of weakness to you, since it is my strength. Fight against your weakness according to the old pattern. You will see that you lose, and if you overcome it, you will be even more miserable. Do you see my strength and invulnerability? He who fights against me fights against himself. Each wound strikes you. What is better, to be torn apart by suffering, or to tear oneself apart? I will take care not to tear myself apart for the sake of fighting my weakness. I will live my weakness so that it becomes my strength. I am already so far that my weakness would like to become a strength. Therefore I take hold of you, and you must speak. I broke your compulsion. Elder brain? Salome, do you believe this? Will you bet something? You will speak. You will answer me. You will yield up your mystery. Soul or Salome? It just says S. He usually writes S-A-L if it's Salome. So we'll assume that this is soul. What is it to me? I must give... It seems like Salome, Carl... What is it to me? I give the mystery cheaply. It is not mine. It belongs to the black carrion birds. Ask them if you want to know something. You don't escape me. The blackbirds are your retinue. They live from your sacrifice. It does not lie with them. It lies with you. You don't confuse me through feigning the spirit of the dead to me. They are prophets who have become dumb, eviscerated by you, by lovers, choked by longing or hate. Circe alone, possess the mystery. Circe alone possesses the mystery. Circe. Not the miserable swines of her garden. Attempt your magic. He who lives his weakness because he calls it holy, pries loose the rod from you. Okay, Salome. Why do you want to hassle me? What should I say? I know nothing. My magic is no mystery. It's just a happening. What's left to ask? I ask for reasons. Since this happening is not from eternal necessity, happenings can also be different. You know about reasons. You know how happenings are made. Do you not have magical potions, evil herbs, sinister formulas, nightbird screech, ominous gusts of wind, serpent tracks, and rat's teeth? Salome. So try to extort the mystery from me if you lust after it. You should speak. Salome. You should obey my command. Willingly, but I will break compulsion. Salome. Should I speak? I will scourge your ears, stab your heart, tear apart your diaphragm, tangle your intestines. Brown eyes? Don't you have brown eyes? Hot lips? Don't you have hot lips? The mystery of the womb? Are you not your womb? Who the fuck is talking? The lust of giving birth, cross out giving birth, receiving and giving birth. Yes, your mind gives birth. Isn't your body infertile? Does it long for fertility? I think Salome is talking. Okay. Does it long for procreative embrace? Do you want to truly enter into your own womb for the concept of yourself? What is this devil's approach? You torture in vain. You should hand over your power. Enough oppression. Salome. So it tortures you. That's good. Do you taste what it is like when someone tackles me? I don't give in. You should speak. Salome. I must say, you are no better than the others. You are less than the others. You are a weakling, a coward. What are you good for? What have you contributed to the world's riches? You deceive and are deceived. A fool, fooled by his weaknesses. You forget. Your strength, your damned power. But speak, I listen. Salome. What can I do? You are powerless. You are limp. A rag fluttering in the wind. Recognize my power. I can speak evil. And you? Does your word have force? Fight against your weakness, you weak boy. My weakness is a strength. Mommy says so. No. One that you claim for yourself. It is my strength which you wrestled into your hands, cross out hands, claws, and which now overwhelms me. A retinue of spirits serve you. Who serves me? I am alone, one man among many, and fight the struggle for my life, for the life of humanity, and for a better humanity. No one is with me. No one can support me. No one hears my cry, since my voice is weak, and moreover I remain silent. It is easy indeed to denigrate me, but I don't let you, since I will snatch your secret away. Salome, have you not had enough? Do you see the ridiculousness, the craziness of your endeavor? Who then are you? Do you not see that sadness and hopelessness feed on you? What wonder that the vultures gather when you ready yourself to be carrion? You want my mystery? What use is it to you? Do you want to enchant humanity? Or do you want to force the diamonds? You're turning into a laughing stock. Aye, stop this talk. You're not fooling me. I know these traps from before. Salome, it bores you. At bottom, you know very well how stupid all this is. A mirage, nothing more. Obviously a fata morgana. My art of dance. Do you want still more? Aye, this fancy footwork doesn't scare me. I already see the fear behind it. Salome, you can't mean, however, that I would be afraid. Yet this is what I must realize. Aye, there are things which you don't see. Salome, you have seen fear in me. Do you have the evil eye? This is Philemon's work. He gave you the evil eye. That is his late revenge for the fact that I broke his wing when he was Simon. Why did I have to help the Christians? Aye, you give yourself the impression that you didn't know that it was the Christians who moved you out into the superhuman and exalted you to the Black Mother of God, to the Hortus Deliciarum. Oh, there's a footnote. Latin for Garden of Delights. Oh, okay. Salome, how do you know that? That is Philemon's revenge. He has betrayed me. Aye. What's going on? What is hidden from me? Salome, I lent him, cross out him, Simon, as in Simon Magus. Philemon apparently used to be Simon Magus. I lent Simon my magic, and Philemon, cross out Philemon, Simon, cross out Simon. He ruled me. But I broke his wing, the deceitful one. He couldn't keep his mystery from you. Who are you? Are you a god? Who gave you that power? I, necessity. Salome, necessity usually teaches begging. I, not me. It gave me power. And you shall feel my power. You will yield your mystery. Salome, I can't. I don't even know it myself. Does pleasure know itself? Has blindness ever divined itself? Well, okay. That's what we read today. Hey, Editor Edward.
Hey, BT, what's happening?
What's happening, Editor Edward? What time is it for me right now?
I think for you it's like 9 a.m. on Thursday, February 26th.
And what time is it for you right now?
It is 6:25 p.m. the following day, February 27th. Happy birthday, Kim, if you're watching.
And how much time has elapsed between the me that is me and the you that is me?
33 hours and 25 minutes-ish. A little longer than usual because, if I may interject, we made a video after I recorded as you. Before editing as me, we made a video called The Interdimensional Coffee House, which is all the recitals that from the stories that actually take place physically on the Interdimensional Coffee House. So if somebody goes to the coffee house, I start with when they walk through the door, and if they leave the Interdimensional Coffee House, then the story ends when they leave, when they walk out the door. So it's just literally all the stuff that happens at the Interdimensional Coffee House, with the exception of the little drama in Universe Number 1 that it'll make sense. But check it out; it's good.
Cool. All right. So do you sense any relationship between the symbols that have just appeared around me like a wreath and the Black Book's entries that we read today?
I kind of do, but I didn't take a lot of notes. I mean, I listened to it, but I didn't write down a lot of things. But I'll go over what I wrote down, and hopefully some of the more abstract ideas will also cough their way out at some point. So this rune harvest, a fruitful part of the year. So there was a lot of like earth related. So Ka, the black magician, Ka, cultivates the land to make it green, etc. That was in the beginning. And then the line, he gives you the sensation of being in this particular form at the exclusion of all other forms. That actually reminded me of something from the old Doors of Perception by Aldous Huxley, which I always like to read this aloud. I think this is the third time I read it aloud on Chicken Philosophy, so I hope the long-time listeners will forgive me. Reflecting on my experience with mescaline, I find myself agreeing with the eminent Cambridge philosopher Dr. C.D. Broad, quote, that we should do well to consider much more seriously than we have hitherto been inclined to do the type of theory which Bergson put forth. So just to be clear, Huxley is quoting Broad, who's quoting Bergson. But this quote, the Broad quote, maybe it was from a letter to Huxley himself, because I can't find the source for this, but so this is as far back as I've got a source for that, is Broad saying that Bergson said. The type of theory which Bergson put forward in connection with memory and sense perception. The suggestion is that the function of the brain and nervous system and sense organs is in the main eliminative and not productive. Each person is at each moment capable of remembering all that has ever happened to him and of perceiving everything that is happening everywhere in the universe. The function of the brain and nervous system is to protect us from being overwhelmed and confused by this mass of largely useless and irrelevant knowledge, by shutting down out most that we should carry, etc. Anyway, you can get this for yourself. Like, for a practical purpose, I think my brain tends to fill in that it's, like Gordon used to say, it's a meat refrigerator, or it's, like, obviously it doesn't keep it cold, it keeps it warm. But the brain, its main function is to keep the organism alive. And so anything geared towards survival, like, eat food, don't eat poison, remember who you are so that you know where to go tomorrow to make sure you get food and water. So, I mean, unless you're in a special circumstance like a monastery or, say, like, anyway, it's an interesting idea, isn't it? The idea that your body and your senses don't build up your little peak into the universe, but rather they limit your view to one tiny little bubble so that you can help keep the organism alive. And presumably you get something out of it, right? Otherwise, why did you choose to be born? Oh, I didn't choose to be born. Well, that's your problem. But no, okay, back to this. Man is the source of the 4 rivers of Eden. Is that related to the harvest? Probably not, but I wrote it here anyway. Seed that gave birth to the sun, blah, blah, blah. Great haste. So his conversation with Salome seemed hasty. Too rapid advancement. Maybe he's moving too quick with Salome. I don't know. But there was this whole overarching picture of that Ka is earth, Philemon is like not. He has wings on his feet or whatever, so he's flying somewhere. And the soul was saying that she has 2 parts. There's the mother and the serpent. She didn't say that in these entries, but we know from before, assuming we can rely on anything that's happened before as canon. So there's the higher aspect of the soul, which connects him to universal ideas. And there's the lower aspect of the soul, which connects him to things in the earth. And that is the self that's connected to, I guess, Toni Wolff or Salome. And so he goes to talk to Salome to try to remove her from his relationship with the dark side of his soul, which was kind of fascinating, and brings us to the 3 of Swords. But so the eight of Swords, the Golden Dawn Tarot, the general takeaway was intellectual powers of Hode weakened and distracted by the astral realm. So, yeah, even though this is all about Earth and not Earth, and you'd assume the astral is the not Earth, the Earth that he's dealing with, i.e. going to the underworld, thinking about the Earth in his mind, and dealing with the social interactions that go on the planet Earth, that's all kind of the astral distraction, or among the astral distraction. And just Salome herself seems like astral distraction incarnate. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but, you know, like he's doing his Carl stuff. So that's the Eight of Swords. So the Three of Swords over here, the Celtic Tarot, that was the one with the one sword splitting the previous alliance. And of course I kept thinking, like, what is the... And so it said in the definition of that one that there's a new dominant person or whatever that has come in and is messing up the alliance, which makes me think that the big sword that's messing up the alliance is Ka, and the alliance is Carl and his soul. Or maybe Salome, Carl and Salome. So the soul is splitting up his relationship with between Carl and Salome. Or Toni Wolff maybe is the domineering influence, but she's not very new, I don't think. I think they've been corresponding for a while now, right? So I don't know. A lot of questions, nothing too clear. The medicine wheel, seeing, understanding energy, wheel of change, balancing mind and spirit, integrated being. I mean, that's all kind of Carl stuff in general, and that aspects of that do go on in these entries. The hat of disguise. Don't remove it or your disguise will go away. I didn't honestly see any hints of that in this one, but the elder brain was fascinating. And of course I had to wonder, is Salome the elder brain or is Ka the elder brain? Probably Ka is closer to the elder brain, right? And Ka didn't make an appearance, only indirectly, where Ka and Philemon talked about today. But was the interaction with Salome like guided by Ka or what? I don't know. It was an interesting reading, though. I feel like, next time in part 99, we'll see how it goes the rest of the way with Salome. Spirits must be removed from a relation so that the spirit can die. That was very interesting. And again, that was related to the Three of Swords. So talking about removing Salome from the relationship between Carl and his soul so that Salome can die. Or something. I don't know. What a trip, though. All right. Back to you. Thank you, as always, Editor Edward. And I've got a little gift for those of you who stayed all the way to the end of the video. There's a few... I don't know how many, one or two. So the main thing is this. I made a video with this timeline with 14 of my channels and the timeline and a brief little description about each one. It's called 20 Years, 14 Channels. And I'll put it on the end screen as well. And the funny thing was, I made the image and then I came on and talk about it while it's on the screen. But by the time I came on and talked about it, I had already realized that I had forgotten what would Yeshi do. So there should have been 15 channels on that timeline. And then as soon as I uploaded that, within a few hours, I got inspired and created a new channel called Schulteis. So there are now 16 channels. So the first video on the Schulteis channel, I'm going to go ahead and put down here. And the timeline the timeline video itself, which is on the Pymander Aquarian channel, is going to be up here. And that's it. That's your black and yellow episode for today. Oh my gosh, you know what I forgot today? Does it mean something when I forget to wear Mather's ring? Yay. Ta-da! At least I didn't forget for the whole episode. Alright, so the next time you see me, it will not be me. No, it'll be me. That's going to be I Ching, I guess. I'll be doing the I Ching because it's the second quinary. Next time it'll be Edward doing Nag Hammadi. What can you do? And eventually the Gospel of Taoism will be finished, and then we'll move on to something else. So at least there's that. Okay, that's all out of me. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, week, month, year, and I will see you next time. Until then.